Hey everyone, this is gonna be a movement guide for Arena Breakout for beginners, or even players who maybe want to learn something new. If you want to skip any part of this video, just use the timestamps below. But at the end, there is a full gameplay, so you can see how I use the movement to beat the players in the game. This part was a live stream, and if you want to hop on and chill, you can subscribe so you know when we are live. If you want more of these type of videos, just let me know in the comments, and enjoy watching. So first, when you're running, like this, and you're shooting, right? You see how the aim goes up when you're shooting? When you're running, or like trying to shoot somebody when you're running like long range or even close range, and you're running just shooting like this, and the aim goes up so bad, right? So the first thing you need to do is just run and stop moving. That's the best trick for movement, and that's the first one, because when you're running and you they added like this new mechanic, like maybe last season or like a few seasons ago. When you're running and you're shooting, there's like a penalty for the recoil. It's gonna be like double recoil for the first few shots, like this. But if you actually want to control the recoil like this with the movement, you can run and you can move the joystick back like this, and you can start shooting after. That's the best way. Or you can just stop moving like this. See the difference? It's basically no recoil now. Next thing is like when you're running and you're getting shot like this. People usually just move like that and just run like in a straight line, which is gonna make you like so easy to be a target, you know? So usually the first step is just when you're running, you can do this, move right and left, and it's gonna make you way harder to get shot. But there's another way too. But if you want to make it even better, you can use your screen too. So you can do this. That's gonna make it like 2 times better. Because in close range, it's impossible to get shot. Like, let's say if there's a guy right there, and you're doing this, it's really hard for them to shoot you. Like, it's way harder than just doing this normally. Because in this game, if you move your screen, it's gonna move your character too. So much. So it's really important to move your screen as well, not just the joystick. So usually for movements, let's say like peaks. So if there's a guy right there in front of you, usually if they are holding it, it's really hard to fight them. So what you have to do is, if you have like a small cover, for example like a tree, let's say that's a tree right there, and the enemy is in front of you, and they're holding aim, so you're gonna get shot anyways. The tree is not always a cover, so it's usually what's better to do, stay far away a little bit from the cover like this, and you can just peek, use the tree as a cover and peek right and left. This is way better than just peeking like one side or just hiding behind it, because usually there's not a lot of cover. And for the peaks too, never peek left side, because you can see left side is like way more exposed than right side. So if you're peeking right side, you can do like a small peek like this, but if you're doing left, you can see you're more exposed like to the enemy as well. But if you know how to like quick peek or spam peek like this, it's really good. Okay, next one for like spotting enemies. It's usually like really hard to spot enemies with movements and stuff. So what you have to do is like sometimes people peeking in front of you, and like it's really hard to peek them. So usually what you need to do is, you can do this, but sometimes the enemy is just holding too much, so it's gonna be still easy for them to shoot you. So what you can do is, you can just go close to the cover and jump back, or if you have like a different cover or like a doorway, you can just jump and you can peek. You don't need to peek all the time, you just need to for exposing enemies and see where they're at. Or you can sometimes, if there's an enemy and camping inside a room or something, you can use a stun. Stuns usually show the sound indicator for enemies, so you can see where they're at. What you need to do is like learn the position of the doorway and the hitbox, because if there's a guy camping inside and if you peek like that, I mean you're dead 100%. So what you need to do is just like, you can just do this, hold the quicksand and just quick peek and just throw it inside. That's gonna make it like 2 times better. So usually that works with hold peek, because I'm using hold peek right now. But if you're using tab, that still works too. You can just see the hitbox for the nade or the stun, and you can just throw like that, and you're not gonna be exposed at all from the inside. Now no matter how they peek, if you're behind the cover like this, and no matter how the enemy is peeking you, they cannot hit you at all. You don't need to throw nades, usually left peek, but peek. Oh, I missed that. Like this. But don't throw nades at left peek. Try to find like a cover or something. So if the enemy is like right there and they're peeking you and you're trying to throw nades, it's impossible to hit them. They're gonna hit you. and they're gonna kill you. So you can just throw a nade like this and bounce off walls. And one more trick, you always stay far away from the cover is better, because let's say somebody's pushing you from this way like this. If you're staying too close, you're gonna be too easy to kill, and he have a lot of space to go and a lot of cover. So if you're staying too close to a cover, you're basically exposed and easy kill, because somebody just can push you like this and do any movement on you and just kill you easily. So just stay far away from the cover and don't stay close, because if somebody's pushing you like this and you're like far away from the cover a little bit and peeking like this, you can just shoot him and you can go back somewhere else, or you can just use the same cover to get closer. But you don't need to really use that, because you can just kill them from far away like this. That way it's just better. Okay, let me show you guys one more tip about guns. So all the guns have different movement speed and everything. So basically, if you're using a long barrel, so when you're using like a long range gun with a long barrel, it usually makes you like so slow. You cannot see the stats on the actual guns, but when you go search for the attachments and for the barrels, you can see. So this one gives you like 5% movement speed. So basically all the guns are, I think it's minus 10% when you're holding a gun. So when you're running with a knife, it's always 10% plus movement speed. So if you're using like a short barrel H4, it gives you like 5% movement speed. If you're using like a medium barrel, it doesn't give you any stats. It's just gonna be running normally. When you're using like a long barrel, the normal long barrel, it's minus 7% movement speed. So it's good, it's very good for range, but for close range, it's very bad, and it's gonna make you like way slower. And same thing goes for the extended long barrel. The longest barrel for H4, it's minus 10%. So that one's gonna make you the slowest. And okay, let's try this for long barrel right now. So when I'm running, it's like 160%. You can see it. And with a knife, it's 193%. So the knife is always gonna make you run faster. If you're running to cover or something, or running from range and you don't see the enemies, just run with a knife. But if you wanna like fight back and stuff, just use the gun. Okay, let me show you guys one more thing about the movements and stuff. So basically with the SMG, and compared to AR in this game, SMGs has way better movement speed in this game. It doesn't matter, even if it's long barrel, you can see the ADS speed is way faster on SMG still than any AR in the game. And when you're holding ADS like this, it's always slower with ARs. And I mean, it's the slowest with snipers. With AR, it's usually decent and not bad. But when you're using SMGs, SMGs is way faster. It's like almost I'm running with ADS speed on. I mean, with ADS on. So if you need something like tactical and good for like TV station or something like that, you can use a lot of SMGs. I mean, SMGs are already good. You can use still 4 bullets on this, and you can just hold ADS speed like that, and you can run so fast. So this one is really good for like quick peeking. It's better than the FAL, because not a lot of people are gonna be using M61s or FAL and just be like quick peeking everyone killing. Some people just want to go budget, right? So you don't need to use the FAL all the time. You can just use SMG. Even so, I have tier 4 bullets in this right now, but you can use like meta too. I'll use it like meta a little bit. And you can do like really quick peeks with this. It's way faster than the FAL quick peek, because the faster the ADS speed in this game, it's gonna make your peaks faster too, like this. So you can see the peaks. It's gonna make it a little bit faster. You cannot really notice it, but you can notice it in a match when you are peeking enemies. So you see how fast the ADS speed on this, and how fast the movement is when you have ADS open. And you can do like really fast quick peeks with this, like this. With SMGs, you can just start slow walking, and the movement speed is really fast compared to camping with FAL or anything like that. So if you want to play like tactical, or playing ratty, or camping, or playing slow, you can just use SMG and just slow walk everywhere. The one more tip, if you're close to enemies like this, they can still hear your footsteps. Doesn't matter if you're slow walking. So there's a trick. It's not a glitch, it's just a trick. A lot of people have been using it. So if you're walking for too long, like this, for like more than a second, they can hear your footstep. So what you're gonna do is, you don't need to slow walk for more than a second. You can just do this, move a little bit, and stop moving. It's gonna make you so quiet and no footstep sounds at all. So okay, here's the one thing with snipers. So if you're actually using a sniper, usually you cannot quick peek like this. As you can see, it's so slow to spam peek compared to any gun. You can see how fast it is with SMGs or with AR, but with snipers, it's really hard. And the movement speed is always slower. Even though it doesn't say the movement speed slows down, but it always makes it slower because of the ADS speed. So if the ADS speed, the ergonomics, is low, it always makes the movement speed a little bit lower too. Okay, when I'm holding the knife, it's 100%. And when I'm holding the gun, it's 84. So it's basically minus 16% already. Compared to the SMG, it's 90%. Even though the SMG is long barrel, but it's still faster than snipers. So with snipers, you can quick peek. Usually with snipers, you need to do is just hold a peek, like this. But like as I said earlier, don't stay too close to cover. Always stay like very far away. Like this. So you can have like better peek, and you're gonna be less exposed to the enemy. Because if you're too close, you're gonna be like too exposed. You're gonna see the enemy more, but it's gonna be like too exposed, and it's gonna be too close. I'll show you guys the difference between the heavy and the light armor in training area. Let's start with the heavy armor helmet. So the heavy armor helmet is gonna make you so slow. So don't use that. I mean, you can use that if you're using something passive and play slow, because you can see I'm running way slower. It's very slow. You cannot really do like baiting enemies like that and making them shoot you or something. Or in far away, it's gonna make your stamina drain double, and it's gonna make your ADS speed very slow too. As you can see, you cannot just like when somebody's shooting, you can just like react very quickly because you're gonna be really slow because of the armor helmet, especially for a sniper. So if you're using a sniper, don't never use tier 6 heavily, because look at the ADS speed. See how slow is that? It's gonna make it like so slow. You can play anything with this, but you have to play passive with armor helmet. This heavy ones. Let's try the light ones. So if you're using the light ones, you can do a lot of better movement. This heavy T6 obviously can tank more bullets and it's heavier. If you're using a light one, you can just run way faster. You can see the movement speed is way faster. And the ADS speed too. So if you're playing aggressive, you can be really fast with this. That goes to any armor helmet. It doesn't matter if it's T6, heavy, T6 or T5 or T4. So always use the light ones for better movement speed. And with the light armor, you can spam peek more, because as you can see with the heavy one, it's slower to spam peek. You can see it's way slower. If you're using the light armor, you can see how fast it is. I mean, let me show you one more time. Let me show you guys one more time. You can see I'm clicking spam peek. You can see the buttons that I'm clicking. You can see how slow that is. And you can see with this one. So it's always faster and it's always better with light armor. Even, especially when you're using a sniper, because the sniper will always have slow ergonomics and slow ADS speed. So you're gonna have faster ADS speed with this. You see, it's way faster than the heavy armor helmet. Wait, let's test one more thing. Wait, let's do the heavy armor first. So basically, you can see here on the right side it says 76 movement speed with this heavy armor helmet. So it's gonna make it like way slower. 76% only when you're holding a knife. So you can see it's still slow even when you're holding a knife. But if you're using something like a short barrel rifle, so if you're using heavy armor helmet, even if you're using a short barrel gun, it's not gonna make a big difference. So you're always gonna have slow ADS, slow movement speed and ADS speed. And with the light armor, let's try it. You can see on the right side, the movement speed is 94%. That's way more than the 70%. And even when I'm holding a gun, it's 93%. So when I'm running, it's way faster. So this is very good for like spamming peaks. If you want to have like faster peaks and everything, you can use this. Okay, let me show you guys a peeking guide while doing a good movement, because movement really matters with the peeking. So what I usually do is I don't just hold the peak like this. If you know, like okay, let me show you guys first the settings again. So that's my settings. I have my peaks really close to each other so I can spam them. So I can use two fingers and spam both of them with the same finger. And I'm using hold peaks. So this hold peak is really better than tap, because as you can see, if I'm using tap, it's gonna be really slow like this. You can see you cannot spam it as much as you want. I'm using hold, so hold is way better. because I can do this and just spam it, and it's way faster. That's for the peaks. So if somebody's peeking in front of you, like this, and you want to have a cover, what I usually do is just run like this to peek. When I'm peeking, I move my joystick back like that. Move my joystick. So it's gonna make me move on the enemy screen when I'm peeking, or when I'm peeking like in medium range or far away. I usually just do this. Move my joystick. Still, it's not gonna make your recoil higher or anything. It's the same thing. It's just gonna make your movement better. So when somebody's in front of you, fighting far away, you're just gonna do this. You see the joystick? Make you look better. Even if you're spam peeking, you can do this. So basically, for the movement and peek at the same time, movement makes your peaks way better. Sometimes it doesn't really matter how good is your peaks, because in this game they nerf the peaks right now. They nerf the peaks a lot. Unless you are behind cover like this and you're peeking like this, that's the only thing that's good. Otherwise, if you're open like this and you're peeking, there's no point, because you're not gonna be peeking too much on the enemy screen, and they changed that already in the game. Unless you're behind the cover like that, that's good. So the best movement trick in this game, I never seen, to be honest. I've seen a lot of good players and I see they die a lot, and they never use that trick. Like, I don't know why, but it's probably something like nobody knows about the game, nobody knows it, and nobody uses it in the game because they think it's useless, but it's not. So basically, when you're running and you're fighting somebody far away or close range or medium range, that doesn't matter. You can see some people peeking like this and they still die and they still get shot because they think the peek's gonna make them like dodge the bullets and not get shot by the enemies, right? It's not gonna work because they already changed that and they already fixed that a few seasons ago. So what you need to do is, when you're stop moving, you can still do the spam peek. It's good, but there's only one way. So if you're moving the joystick like this, as you can see, and peeking at the same time, spam peeking, it's gonna make it like 2 times better. It doesn't work with snipers because you don't really spam with snipers, but with anything like AR and SMGs in close range, you can just move the joystick like this. When you're moving the joystick on the enemy screen, it looks like you're moving like this, and you're shooting at the same time, instead of just standing still, being in one position, and it's being easy kill for the enemy. So you always do this movement, right and left, and shoot. It's way better than just standing still. But here's one thing though. So if you're doing that, the first bullet's gonna be high recoil. So the first thing you need to do is, when you're running, go back like this. Like this. When you go back and then start shooting and move the joystick however you want it. But on the first bullet, when you shoot, you have to move back because the recoil penalty when you're running and then you're shooting, it's gonna make your aim higher and it's gonna be really hard to shoot. So first thing, you go back or stop moving, shoot, then move the joystick like this. So either way, you can go back a little bit, then start shooting, or you can stop moving, then shoot. Like this. What you can do is, you can do this and just shoot. You can go right and just go back left, instead of just peeking like this. So always, instead of doing this next to a cover, like that, you can peek with the joystick, with the movement, not with the actual peaks, like this, and go back to cover. This is way better than just peeking normally and standing still. I mean, you still have to peek, but like this. So here's the thing about movement. So sometimes I showed you guys earlier how to not get shot from far away, but there's like a really important trick you can do. It's not a glitch or anything, it's just how the game works. So we don't have anyone else right now to show you guys in an actual match, but when you're running far away like this and you're getting shot, it's very hard for an enemy to shoot you if you're moving like this. So there's one more thing you can add to this, and it's gonna make it way harder to get shot. So what you can do is look down. So if you're looking down, it's basically gonna make your hitboxes like 20% less or 30% less for the enemy to shoot you in the head. If you're aiming down and you're moving like this, you don't need to really look down Wait, if you look down like this, it's way better. But you can just do like 50% like this. So if you're running like this, it's gonna make it's really hard to shoot for the enemies. And if you're jumping too, when you're looking down like this, it's gonna make it way harder for them to shoot you. The character's gonna be bending over a little bit. It's gonna be bending over too much in this game. It's not like the other games that's only the character moves his head. No, it's gonna be like bending the whole body. So it's gonna be like really hard for them to shoot you when you're running like this and looking down. So that's a really good way to not get shot too. It usually works for everywhere, to be honest, even when you're trying to make an enemy shoot you. But it's gonna be really hard to expose the enemy's position. You can do jump too. It's really good for going to a cover. Sometimes when you see the cover and you get shot from far away and you want to go to the cover, you can always do this. You don't need to look everywhere if you know where the cover is. It's gonna make your survival chance like 50% more, because if you're moving in a straight line, it's gonna be really for the enemy to shoot you. And there's one more thing you can do. Let's say that's a cover and there's like 2-3 meters away you're from the cover. You can just do this when you're running and looking down. You can just do a jump and go cover, but don't do a jump midway, because if you do a jump, you're gonna be jumping in a straight line like this, so it's gonna be really easy for the enemy to shoot you. So always do the jump when you get close to the cover, and you go to the cover while jumping. That's it. And when you're running to cover or anything, you don't need to worry about switching to your knife. When you're holding a gun, you don't need to worry about switching to your knife, because it's not gonna make you slower. So when you're midway, you can just switch your knife. That's it, run faster. Because as you guys see, you can see the stats right there. It's 93% right now with the gun on when I'm holding the gun. When I'm running, it's 181%. You can see it right there. When I'm going with the knife, when I'm not moving, it's 95%. And when I'm running, it's 183. So it's a little bit more. It's just a little bit. It's not that much, but it's still gonna make it faster. And it's still gonna be a little bit higher chance to survive. So it's very good. People upstairs on the left. I didn't see this guy, to be honest. He's inside the right side. Oh wait, there's nobody here. Okay, that was the only guy, I think. Oh, he's in the hallway. Okay, let me guys show you the nade trick right now. Oh, they're on the way. Someone's flanking at the back. Oh, they're flanking. A pistol and a VSS. That's interesting. They're on the couches right there. And there's a team on there too. They jumped down. Or I could just push them. They're playing very slow, so I see you. Oh, there's 3 of them. Oh, this is gonna be really hard to push. One dead. You got killed. Sniper. He got killed from the other side. Kill one of them though. Just one kill right there. And one is the library. You can hit him still walking.
We get it, Timmy. Come on, it will be ours.
I didn't even hit him, to be honest. He was that close. He's running. The sniper.
Kimona will be ours.
What do you think you were doing? And that's how you do it. Because as you guys see, like, let me show you guys one tip really quick. So you guys see this guy was right there, right? And I didn't have any cover at all. So I run to this corner. You can use any corner as cover. So I run to this corner right there, like this. Like, he thought I'm not gonna peek him a little bit, and then I peeked him. So I basically baited him as he thought like I'm gonna run away or something. Even if they are firing first, sometimes you don't need to, even if you see the enemy, you don't have to instantly peek them. You can run a little bit as a bait, and bait them with that movement, and then shoot. Yeah, that was a player. Okay, I have an idea to push downstairs. Maybe that works. So basically he's on my left right now. If I jump down, I'll see him. Wait, where's the player? Oh, that's bots. He's hiding somewhere. Oh, the bot's looking at this way, so he might be there. Yep, the bots died from here. I see him. He's gonna think I'm gonna flank him. Yep, I knew it. Oh, boss team. Okay, chill. I'm not gonna fight this. So he thought I'm gonna flank him on the left side, but easy kill. To be honest, I forgot. I thought the extraction is 3 minutes. It's 1:30 seconds. I mean 1 minute and 30 seconds. Okay, and the best trick for the extraction, chat, if you stay right there. Right here is the best one. Because if anybody pushes from range, you can peek them. Like this. Or from this one. They cannot shoot you right if you're staying right there. So. And you're gonna have control over all the sides. Instead of just going back and camp over there and they're gonna nade you. So if you stay here, it's the best. And that was an easy match. 1.2 more. 9 kills. Okay, that's not bad. That was a decent match. I didn't do the last guy downstairs. I didn't need to. Already made the money back.